Hello and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. It's me, Jitch, and you're watching Monday Night Raw.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
Well, this is his first appearance without the WWE Championship, as he lost it just over 2 weeks ago. And of course, we're here on the New Year's Eve edition of Raw. That's right, 2012 is over in just a few hours. Finally. So, we're kicking things off here tonight. Randy Orton feeling like he's, this match is beneath him. And I mean, I guess I can understand his frustrations. This man, the last time he was on Raw, he was in the main event. He was the WWE Champion. But tonight, he's going to be facing off against one of the three members of 3MB. Jinder Mahal to kick off Raw. Obviously, the WWE Champion a little preoccupied right now with his issues with his former contract holder, the Miz. And Miz's new buddy, Dolph Ziggler. So tonight we've got a handicap match. It's Goldberg up against Miz and Ziggler. 2-on-1 as Goldberg requested. This is what Goldberg wanted. He wants to take them both down at one time. And he's planning to do that tonight in the main event.
And approaching the ring from Punjab, India, weighing 222 pounds, Jinder Mahal.
I know it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I definitely don't think there is a soul alive that envies Jinder Mahal right now. Randy Orton, as I mentioned, fresh off the back of losing the WWE Championship, now has to face Jinder Mahal as his first opponent on Raw since losing the title. Right now, he doesn't even seem like he's going to be involved with the title for the Royal Rumble. Will Randy Orton get a rematch at the Royal Rumble? Who knows? As far as Randy didn't jump him and drop him with an RKO right there, honestly. So here we go, Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal kicking off the final Raw of 2012, and I can't think of a better match to start the last Raw of the year. It really sums up what a great year 2012 has been when you see Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal kicking off Monday Night Raw. And of course, up next, 3MB's Drew McIntyre up against the Real Americans Jack Swagger. And obviously, for those of you that missed it this past NXT, not this past Wednesday, but the last episode of NXT, Antonio Cesaro made a special appearance in the main event of NXT, faced off against Big E Langston in an attempt to win the NXT Championship. Came up short, as I mentioned many times on NXT before, but I know people tend to not really listen. Antonio Cesaro is still on Monday Night Raw. He will still be teaming with Jack Swagger. Real Americans still very much a part of Monday nights going forward. So don't you worry about that. There will not be more Antonio Cesaro in NXT. I mean, there would have been if he had won the NXT Championship, but he didn't. Speaking of NXT, I don't really want to get too off track here, but the tag titles will be on the line. This Wednesday on NXT, Jake Roberts plans to use his secret weapon to try and reclaim the NXT Tag Team Championships. This match has gone about 1 minute longer than I think Randy Orton wanted it to. I really think he was coming in here head full of steam, ready to strike and claim a victory nice and quick over Jinder Mahal. That is obviously not going to happen. Jinder, I mean, the thing about Jinder, right, is in this match, he has got so much to gain and nothing to lose. And as I've mentioned many times, that is a great mindset to be in sometimes, because it means Jinder can thrive. He knows that if he loses to Randy Orton tonight, well, it's a hard loss again because he remains at the very bottom of the Raw rankings, but it's not the end of it, you know, as long as he can show what he's got to offer. And obviously if he beats Randy Orton tonight, this man's just pinned the former WWE champion.
Jinder Mahal has the arm. You're tuned into Monday Night Raw live.
Shades of his brother, the Great Khali, over on SmackDown when he faced off against the Big Show a few weeks ago. He is just absolutely dominating Randy Orton. Just about the last thing you'd expect, but hey, it wouldn't be that sweet 2K14 50-50 booking without everyone getting wins all the time and no one ever losing too much. Big attempt to strike, but I mean, he did get Randy. It's just a little bit of an awkward connection.
Nice reversal there by Jinder Mahal.
And now Jinder Mahal, was he looking at a pedigree? Maybe? I don't know. Well, either way, Randy reverses it. And a backbreaker. Oh! For his troubles. And, you know, we've got a big couple changes here tonight, by the way, for those of you that don't know. A couple weeks ago on Raw, I announced that Bryce Walker would be defending his European Championship in a rematch against Daniel Bryan tonight. One-on-one to get things resolved. Believe it or not, now this came as a real shock to me. Daniel Bryan was volunteered to... Oh, no. Come on, Jinder. Come on, Jinder. No, what... This doesn't even make sense. Why? Stupid. Anyway, before that needlessly happened, RKO from Randy Orton. I guess I'll get to that in a minute. This could be the end of the match. Cover on Jinder. Randy does not pick up the win. Wow. Somehow Jinder kicked out of an RKO. What year are we in? He's going to beat Randy. Jinder Mahal is about to get a victory over Randy Orton. You've got to be kidding me. He kicked out. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so Cody Rhodes, who initially volunteered for Kofi Kingston to face for the United States Championship, says right now he's got his eyes on two potential opponents for his United States Championship. He'd love to face either Kofi Kingston in a rematch or Daniel Bryan. He says, I'd love to get in the ring and face Daniel Bryan one-on-one for the United States Championship. We had a tag match a few months back. Bryce Walker was the reason that Daniel Bryan didn't leave with the U.S. Championship. Cody has something to prove. He wants to know if he can beat Daniel Bryan. He wants that match. So Bryan was given the option of either facing Bryce Walker in a rematch for the European Championship or moving up to the United States Championship. And Bryce said, I don't need to prove myself against Bryce. I would rather become United States Champion. So Bryan has brushed off the new European Champion. He said, I'm going for bigger and better things. We'll see if that works out for him or if Kofi Kingston will get a rematch. Cover attempt. Okay. This match is going long, fellas. I don't know why. Randy is useless tonight. He just can't seem to do anything. I'm sure this will work out for him. Hey, what a surprise. It didn't. Hold up a minute. Maybe. Randy Orton. Oh my god, he's actually doing it. He's going to pin him off of it and he's going to win. There it is. There's the finish. Yep. Here it is. 2K14. Poor, predictable 2K14. Well, Randy Orton had a surprisingly tough time beating Jinder Mahal. And the only explanation I could think of for that one is Jinder had nothing to lose here tonight, and he had a lot to prove. I feel like he gave it just that little bit more than usual tonight, but in the end, he came up short still. Randy Orton picks up a victory, and we'll see if Jinder's 3MB teammate Drew McIntyre will have better luck when he faces off against the All-American Jack Swagger up next. Drew's got to be careful. He nearly fell off the stage there doing that. Anyway, yeah, so Drew McIntyre, obviously, I know I sound like a broken record saying this. He started things off this year very hot. Unfortunately, I feel like he has had quite the decline in success. But, you know, he seems to be in good spirits. It seems like 3MB has really kept this guy going through his darker days. And, well, maybe he'll pick up a win tonight over Jack Swagger, who has recently returned to more active competition and has not won anything since. I guess we'll see.
And approaching the ring from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing 263 pounds, the All-American Jack Swagger.
So, Jack Swagger, of course, you know, a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. I mention it every time I see him on screen because it's crazy to me that, much like Drew, actually, this guy's kind of not had the best year. And, well, things can always turn around in 2013 for these two. Or not. Honestly, who knows? That's pretty much all I have to say about that. I have a little something else to say, but I'm going to wait until this is done. So assuming you haven't just scrolled down to the match card and already gotten your answer, you may be wondering to yourself, so what exactly is going to be happening with Bryce Walker in the European Championship, with Daniel Bryan saying that he's not interested in getting that rematch tonight against Bryce Walker? Well, a man who defeated Bryce Walker just a few weeks back on Raw will be getting a European Championship shot instead, as he already holds a win over the champion. So Randy Savage will be looking to capture his first championship since debuting back in Season 2. Question mark? Yes, he was in Season 2. And then he went away in Season 3. And then he came back in Season 4. That's right. And Randy Savage has never won a championship in the 2 years that we've had him around. And, well, maybe that will change. Drew McIntyre launching Jack Swagger to the corner. He drives the boots in. 3MB, obviously, they've been a very patchy part of Monday Night Raw throughout the year. I feel like these three, as well as obviously Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro as well, you know, these could have been more essential parts of the Raw Tag Team division, but unfortunately that's just not the way things fell for them. With from Yokozuna and Tensai to the NWO, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall to the Shield, there just really wasn't ever a chance for these two teams to get out of the start and getting, obviously, the Shield currently still the Tag Team Champions. Maybe the Real Americans could be a good challenge for the Shield. I don't know if they've ever faced the Shield. I know 3MB have had a few shots at this point, and they've come up short every time, so unfortunately I think they're very far back on that line at this point. You know, it's one of those things, I often wonder to myself, what would have happened if the Shield had ended up on NXT at any point in the last year? I feel like that's a group that really would have flourished down there, honestly. And, I mean, obviously there's still time for them to.
Once again, it's
McIntyre laying into Jack Swagger. And speaking of that European Championship match, for the way, Bryce and Randy Savage, well, that's next. Bryce Walker, I believe, was none too pleased to find out, they'll be facing off against Randy Savage. And is this going to be the end of Swagger? No, just a 2 count there. Center of the ring, Drew McIntyre knew just what to do. Future Shock DDT on Jack Swagger right there, and now gonna waste a little time, pull him away from the ropes, but sometimes you need to. Sometimes you need to do that. Drew McIntyre into the cover, and Swagger kicking out. I'd say just to think a few years back, that could have been the moment that won Drew the World Heavyweight Championship, but unfortunately, that is not the case here tonight. Yeah, 2013, I feel like it's going to be an exciting year, a big year. I can't wait to see what happens. Drew McIntyre, whoa!
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far.
It's been so physical. German suplex to Swagger.
He has just been punished in this one.
You know what's crazy is we're actually, as we come towards the end of the season now, we got the Royal Rumble, Chamber, and Mania to go, and then we're done. Cover attempted for Drew McIntyre on Swagger. No, I thought that was actually it for a minute there. As we come towards the end of the season now, you got to think we've only got like 3 more EYSs as well. Be interested to find out who those last 3 people that leave NXT this season are on top. Start to really think about, you know, like who's going to be the final champions I mean, who are the first champions at the start of this season? I don't think I could honestly tell you off the top of my head. He rips the leg out from under Drew McIntyre. Jack Swagger into the cover on McIntyre. Has he got the win? No, just a 2 count there. And perfectly center in the ring, just like when he hit the future shock on Swagger. Jack Swagger with the gut-wrench power bomb to McIntyre. But this does not get the win, never mind. These two seem very evenly matched right now. And Drew once again drops him with a flatliner. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. I believe Drew busted Swagger open on the impact there. And Drew McIntyre, unlike his partner Jinder moments ago, able to beat a former world champion here tonight on Raw and pick up a little momentum for himself on the road to the Royal Rumble. I wonder if any of the members of 3MB will be in the Royal Rumble match. I wonder if all 3 will be in the Royal Rumble match. Who knows? Well, either way, Drew McIntyre, he's very happy. And we'll find out if Bryce Walker or Randy Savage will be very happy up next as they face off against each other for the European Championship. This is Walker's first defense, and I'm rooting for you. Let's hope it's not the last.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the European Championship.
No, it isn't, because my PS3 just crashed. Ooh, only a few more months of this shit. Let's try that again, shall we? Get that close up, baby.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the European Championship. Making his way to the ring from New York, he is the European Champion, Bryce Walker.
I gotta wonder if there's any reluctance in Bryce Walker as he walks to the ring here tonight to defend the championship against Randy Savage. I mean, it's been a long, storied career for Bryce Walker that only started earlier this season. But, you know, it all came from Daniel Bryan, from the way that he entered to the man that he won the championship from. And, well, I truly hope he's prepared for Randy Savage. This is a very tough first defense for Bryce. I almost feel like this is kind of unfairly stacked against him, if you want my honest opinion. But I think he can pull it off. I think he's got a lot in the tank, and obviously he's quick on his thoughts. I was about to say feet, but that's not what I meant. I meant like he's quick to think. You know, he's able to get himself out of a tough situation real quick. Just look at how he won that table match to become the champion in the first place. That being said, though, he is up against a living legend, Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, one of the very people that Bryce took a stand against, one of the people that Bryce had a lot of disgust and disdain for in his time on Raw, and, you know, joining the Money in the Bank ladder match back in July. There's been a lot of issues, to say the least, between Bryce and a lot of the legends here on Raw, and obviously that goes for Daniel Bryan as well, but I think Bryce still has that issue, is the difference. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Randy Savage. Oh, we do get a title intro. I can never remember with these things. Well, there's just no graphic at all. Okay. Look at the gold. That's what it's all about right there. Randy Savage and Bryce. Oh, of course, several greats have gone on to win the European Championship in the past. I mean, perhaps one of the best people historically to have ever held that championship is Sheamus. 3-time European champion, record setter for the most reigns and the longest European Championship reign. Of course, these two could be the very next. Obviously, it feels crazy to say about Randy Savage, knowing what a respected wrestler he is throughout the wrestling world. But in this universe, Randy Savage, I don't feel like he's... I mentioned this just, I think, on the last episode of Raw. I feel like he's always just one match away from changing it all, you know? Like, I feel like he's just one opportunity away. I guess we'll find out tonight if he can seize that opportunity and become the European champion. Right now, Bryce Walker, though, really taking it to Savage. There's definitely a size difference here, but they don't call him the Macho Man for nothing. Coming up next, we've got that Contenders match. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. The winner of that will get a United States Championship opportunity against Cody Rhodes. I don't know if that's going to be at the Royal Rumble or on the road to the Royal Rumble. I'm not really too sure. I mentioned this before. Obviously, there's 6 weeks between TLC and the Royal Rumble, so it's expected that every champion will defend their championships on a Raw, a SmackDown. I was about to say even NXT, but there is no big events for NXT, so any NXT is a big event for NXT. Elbow drop takes down. Well, not takes down, but connects with the chest of Bryce Walker, and Randy Savage reversed. Kick to the midsection, and now Bryce trying to take control, but Randy. Of course, 2 very technical wrestlers in the ring right now. A lot of people don't really know about Bryce since he's so fresh in the wrestling world, but he's got a great technical background. Takes a lot of influence from such great ring technicians as Kurt Angle and Shelton Benjamin. You may be wondering, who are these people? To which I say, maybe one day we'll find out. William Regal, another great one. Actually, no, Shelton Benjamin was in season 1, so we know who he is.
He's putting those educated feet to good use. Ooh, a skull-crushing impact. Taken down to the floor. Dodges to the side of that one.
This has been a very back and forth match between these two. Bryce Walker standing moonsault connecting on Randy Savage. Using his size to his advantage to be a little faster than Savage. That can definitely pay off nicely. Again with the standing moonsault. And a third one. Look out, Dolph. We got a new show off in town. Down to the mat. Face first goes Bryce. And a shoulder tackle takes down Randy Savage. And a 4th moonsault from Bryce Walker, who is just delivering one after another at this point. Literally, that's what he's doing. I don't know why I said that as if it was like figurative. That is exactly what he was doing. And look, a 5th one. Crazy thing is Randy Savage hasn't been able to foresee any of them happening at this point. Randy Savage, scoop slam. Despite all the punishment being dealt by Bryce with one moonsault after another, Randy Savage, and remember, actually, interestingly enough, from that very corner Randy Savage went, it was a Savage-style elbow that put Bryan through the tape. Wait a minute, what is it? Bryce Walker going for a submission? Oh, I haven't seen this before. Oh, that's nice. He's got that in good, but Randy Savage surviving that one. I was about to say, it was a elbow drop very akin to Randy Savage from that very corner that won Bryce the European Championship when he put Daniel Bryan through a table. It'd be almost an unintentional callback for that to be the way that Bryce lost the championship. I imagine Randy Savage would be calling back to the way Bryce won it. Maybe he's a fan, I don't know. I kind of don't get the impression he's a fan of Bryce, but I don't get the impression Bryce is a fan of Randy. Savage out. Ooh! Pile driver. That is a very unsafe move. And Randy Savage saying, oh, you want to keep delivering moonsaults? Here's pile drivers. I need to call this match to an end if he goes for a 3rd one. Oh, Bryce Walker, though, as resilient as ever, thinking on his feet. Uh-oh. Randy Savage turns it around. Oh, no. Oh. Well, I was about to be like the resourcefulness of him, the scrappy upstart. What a great way to retain the title. Randy Savage turned that around. Well, I would have to imagine that this is not over for Bryce Walker. This man put a lot of time into getting his hands on that European Championship. And I do not believe for a second he's going to take this one lying down. I know he's laying down now, but I don't think he's going to take this one lying down in the future. I think this is going to be the beginning of perhaps a new rivalry for Bryce Walker. I mean, if I was Daniel Bryan, though, I'd watch your back because I have a feeling he's going to blame you. And, well, Daniel Bryan's up next.
Making his way to the ring, from Ghana, West Africa, weighing 221 pounds, Kofi Kingston.
I'm going to go ahead and say I really like Kofi Kingston odds in this match tonight because I stand by. I have a feeling Bryce Walker is not far from ringside. And I think he's going to have a score to settle with Daniel Bryan. That's my personal opinion. I'm standing by it. I say be very careful right now. As we just wait and wait and wait. Love all that loading.
And approaching the ring, from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 192 pounds, Daniel Bryan.
What a superstar. So beloved, and these fans are completely behind him.
They don't really sound like they're completely behind him, to be honest. They sound kind of mixed. Actually, it's the old SmackDown edited in cheer. AKA everyone's just on their phone. Well, anyway, Daniel Bryan could be next in line for the United States Championship after passing up a European Championship rematch, but we'll see if he can make it through Kofi Kingston. Kick in the midsection, Daniel Bryan starting things off here. Remember our main event up next, Goldberg against The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. I want to say Goldberg and The Miz because I'm so used to the idea of those two being on the same page. Goldberg against The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. This comes after last week when the two beat the hell out of Goldberg after Goldberg got a win over The Miz. The WWE champion, I think, is definitely off to a hard start in his reign as WWE champion. And of course, he is scheduled to defend that championship before the Royal Rumble. I would imagine him and Randy Orton surely going to have a rematch real soon. I mean, I believe if we're talking 30 days being the average that you're required to defend the championship within, roughly, then he's got the next week and the week after, and the week after he's literally like, you know, he's like he's like a day away from being over 30 days. Obviously, we don't really violently enforce that rule. It's not like a strip to the title if you don't defend it. It's just Goldberg is expected to defend his title very soon, which is why I imagine the winner of this match will be meeting Cody Rhodes very soon for the United States Championship as well. Just the Shield recently defended the tag titles here on Raw, so they're in the clear, and we just saw the European Championship defended. So, ooh, that was quite a vicious way to enter the ring from Daniel Bryan. Great way to close out the year for Randy Savage moments ago, though, winning the European Championship. Really tough break for Bryce Walker, but, you know, these things happen. I mean, the thing you got to remember is, obviously, I'm not trying to talk down Bryce Walker. I think he's had a really, really good rookie year. But obviously, what you need to bear in mind is this man literally jumped over NXT as a completely fresh face. We got people in NXT that are well-respected wrestling veterans, but they've got to start fresh here in this universe. Bryce Walker got pulled out of NXT by Daniel Bryan and promoted to Raw very early on. He is still very fresh. He is still a rookie. There is a lot of time to improve, develop, get even better than he was before. The fact he's already tasted gold in the matter of the, what, six months, I want to say, roughly, since his debut. That's still pretty damn huge, if you ask me. No shame in losing to a wrestling legend like Randy Savage. I know, obviously, he's not going to be too pleased about it, but It's a privilege for a lot of people to even share the ring with Randy Savage. Golden Light suplex by Daniel Bryan, who is now going up to the top, and a big headbutt. It looked like a crossbody, honestly. It was very strangely connected. And now Kofi coming in hot. I feel like this is a first-time matchup here tonight, and it's a pretty good one so far, honestly. Going very fast, though. Boom, boom, drop by Kofi Kingston. Goes for the cover on Daniel Bryan as he got Bryan defeated. No! Of course not. Bryan with a knee to the midsection of Kofi. And obviously, Kofi had a great showing against Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship at TLC, at least I think. I don't really remember anymore. But will Kofi Kingston get another opportunity at Cody Rhodes? That's the question. It's all about that championship gold, sucker. Because there isn't really much else you can do. The championships are what everyone comes into this industry to try and win. And, oh, wait, okay. Very impressive catch. Catching the arm of Kofi off the ropes, locking him in the label lock, and he doesn't get the job done. But will he have done enough damage? I don't think so. I don't think he really managed to get that too secured in. Daniel Bryan sunset flip powerbomb into the cover. This match is just going so fast right from the beginning, I swear. Oh, hang on a minute. This is how Savage just won. No, okay, here we go. All right, well, brace yourself. This is gonna take a little while. So I guess we'll just wait. I mean, this is a very... Oh! Never mind! Daniel Bryan wins with a roll-up back and forth from the sunset flip. And there you have it. It will be Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship. Kofi Kingston giving his respect, paying his dues. He's saying, you know what, Daniel? You are the better man. You win. And it will be Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship in the near future. Hell yeah.
Approaching the ring, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 295 pounds, the WWE Champion, Goldberg!
Well, originally, crazy to think, like, what, a couple months back, Goldberg and Miz, they were the ones outnumbering people, but Goldberg broke away from the Miz. He's now his own man, and he is in possession of the WWE Championship. But get a load of this. Miz found a loophole in Goldberg's contract. This is some shocking stuff. It says that ownership of Goldberg's contract cannot be passed on to anyone for the remainder of the season. And Miz said that he would screw it up and terminate it right now, but that would make Raw lose the WWE Championship. So the moment Goldberg loses that title, the Miz says Goldberg is sure as hell fired. So he is not just fighting for the championship whenever he defends this title now, he's fighting for his career. Real interesting little catch there that the Miz managed to get. Could fire him now, but obviously Raw would be without a world title.
Hollywood, Florida, weighing 223 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
Well, Dolph Ziggler obviously out here fast, except for this 1-on-2 handicap match. Goldberg welcoming the challenge here tonight, but I don't know if that's very smart. I don't really think Goldberg functions on his brain power, though, you know? I feel like this guy's more what he can do in the ring as opposed to what goes on in that head of his. Either way, I mean, if there was anyone that could stack him up and pin him, beat them both, it's Goldberg. But that being said, Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, they have both been looming closer and closer to that WWE Championship. And you know what's interesting, actually, as I noticed this new tag team seemingly being formed between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz right now, I believe since the inception of this universe, this is the first year we don't get Chris Miz, as he likes to call it, which is where The Miz seems to win a championship to close out the year. If you don't remember this, let me roll this back for you. I believe 2009, the very first year, The Miz, on Christmas Day, won the tag team titles, the inaugural WWE Tag Team Championship match with Chris Jericho.
And his partner, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 231 pounds, The Miz.
I believe it was 2010, Miz won the WWE Tag Team Championships again. I can't recall off the top of my head who that was with, but I do believe he won them again in 2010. I think it might have been John Morrison, as a matter of fact. Yes, that feels right. And then last year, 2011, Miz and R-Truth, I believe, won the World Tag Team titles just around Christmas time. And this is the first time that we don't get Christmas. Wow. Isn't that something? That's not a real thing. I just made that up. Well, I mean, it is an actual thing that's occurred. It's just, yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's a thing that's actually happened, but it was never deliberate, is the funny thing. Each time that happened, that was just a funny coincidence.
I'll do my best to try to not punch you in the face, but I won't make any promises either.
I do wonder if the tag team titles could be on the horizon for The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. Obviously, I know right now they're completely focused on what's in the hands of Goldberg, the WWE Championship, but well, you gotta remember, Goldberg, I mean, the thing is they can't both hold the championship. They can outnumber Goldberg, they can try and work together to get the title away from Goldberg. You know what's going to happen? Let's say they win this handicap match here tonight. And let's say Goldberg makes it to the Royal Rumble with the WWE title. Let's say that the Raw General Manager takes one look at the fact that they beat Goldberg in a 2-on-1 handicap match and goes, alright, you can both have a shot at Goldberg for the WWE Championship in a triple threat. What do you think happens when one of them goes to pin Goldberg? The other one's going to break it up. What do you think happens if The Miz or Dolph Ziggler walk out the winner? They become enemies. It's written in the stars. That is always the way that The Miz functions, and I don't think Dolph Ziggler is all that different in his own right, to be honest.
With Goldberg, the question isn't when, why, or how, but who? Will it be? And Dolph Ziggler quickly
I'd definitely say this has been one of the more underwhelming years for The Miz's career. I don't believe he's actually won a championship all year, as a matter of fact. I would love to see these two face off against the Shield for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I mean, obviously, there's some time for that to potentially happen.
huge shot to the temple. The tide has turned again.
Striking away there, Goldberg. And okay. Miz, I don't think you meant to do that.
At what point, King, do those thoughts creep in of what do I have to do to put this match to rest? And I don't know. I don't know as a WWE superstar.
Well, Ziggler is out cold right now. He is the legal man on his team, and it looks like he's up to his feet now. Back in the ring. Headbutts Goldberg. That probably hurt Ziggler more than it hurt Goldberg.
Hard shot to the skull. And that punch lands hard. The reversal from Ziggler.
Ziggler really favoring that head of his right from the start of this match. I noticed less than a minute in, I saw him already favoring the head. I'm wondering if maybe there's an underlying injury there for Dolph. Yeah, see, that's the once again. Seems to be trying to shake something. A super kick to the face of Goldberg. Hope Dolph Ziggler isn't going to be on the injured list soon. I mean, this is a big star on Raw right now.
When Monday Night Raw heads to your neck of the woods, do yourself a favor and go be a part of the longest running weekly episodic television show in history.
I read the Ric Flair protege sign and I was like, who the hell is that for? And then I remembered. They did that weird, like, 2-month, whatever, it wasn't very long. They put Miz with Ric Flair. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? He gave him the figure 4. And then was like, that move has never won me matches. Why? Ooh. Big spine buster by Goldberg to the Miz, but Miz able to fight back. Still a little surreal to me to see these two on the opposing side, considering the fact that Miz could literally get rid of Goldberg at any given point. whilst he's in possession of the WWE Championship, I believe management has more say in Goldberg's matches. Miz can't just go booking Goldberg in 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s and whatever the hell he wants to do like that, but he can simply terminate Goldberg at any given time. It's crazy. Down goes Goldberg, elbow drop to the back. Ooh, knees to the midsection. Goldberg crawls towards the ropes. Nope. Ziggler deciding to release the hold. Remember, Ziggler has made quite a lot of people pass out with that sleeper hold of his. Seems like a little bit of a miscommunication there. I think Miz accidentally caught Ziggler a little bit with that strike. Oh, down he goes. Belly to belly launches Ziggler across the ring. Goldberg, uh-oh. Picking Ziggler up and slamming him down. Goldberg gonna try and get the cover, but of course he's gonna think about the fact that Miz is still in this match, but never mind. Goldberg picks up a win over both Dolph Ziggler and the Miz. Miz just wasn't fast enough, I guess. Well, damn. I guess you don't mess with Goldberg. We had a lot of punishment to dish out tonight, and I feel like he got his fair share of that handed out. Goldberg still coming out victorious here tonight, despite the odds being stacked against him. He closes out the year the winner, the WWE Champion, and in the new year, the question really will be, who's next? Thank you all for watching this episode of Raw. What an incredibly painfully long 2012 it has been. Here's to 2013 finally getting started.